So Matthew chapter 5 from verse 21. Matthew 5 from verse 21. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not kill, and whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of the judgment. But I say unto you, that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Raka, shall be in the danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, Thou fool, shall be in the danger of hell. We discover that the first one, if you get angry with your brother without a cause, you are going to be in the danger of the judgment. Not judgment, but the judgment. Are you there? Now, if you now say Raka, you will be in the danger of the council. But it shows that this last statement follows a different progression. Because if it follows the same progression, it's supposed to be and. Do you understand? And whosoever shall say, Thou fool. But the Bible uses the word but to show that there is something about it. Because somebody asked me a question. The person said, Sir, but in the book of Galatians, Paul referred to the Galatians as foolish. Oh, you foolish Galatians. So does it now mean that Paul is in the danger of hellfire? Are you there? So it was not only Paul. There were some people that even Jesus looked at them and he called them fools, especially the Pharisees and the Sadducees. So does it now mean that Jesus himself is in the danger of hellfire? We are going to consider this as the Lord helps us this morning. The first statement there, if you get angry with your brother without a cause, you will be in the danger of the judgment. I explained that yesterday, right? Now, the judgment there, if you want to understand it, we'll need to quickly travel to Matthew chapter 7 from verse 1. The first statement there says, Judge not, that ye be not judged. So when you get angry with your brother without a cause, meaning without any reason, and then they came to you and say, No, you don't offend me, but I just eat you. You get angry with your brother without a cause, without any reason. You are going to be in the danger of the judgment. So this judgment here is the one that Matthew 7 verse 1 is referring to. That's the judgment of a man. So to be in there, if you look at Matthew 7 1, it's a judge not, that ye will not judge. As a matter of fact, the Bible so much stressed it that the Bible was even saying, why are you trying to remove the stick in the eyes of your brother? When in your own eyes you have log of wood there. Are you saying that? So the judgment here in chapter 25 is the same as that judgment in Matthew 7 1. Are you there? And that's the judgment of a man. So, and what is the judgment of a man? The judgment of a man is the legal criticisms Note the word, the legal criticism of a man. Although criticism, there's no time that anything bad is legal. There's no time. I say I did this to him. You can't do bad things legally. Nothing evil is legal. But I'm using that word, legal criticism, because what I'm trying to drive, the point I'm trying to drive in is that um, to be in the danger of judgment. Are you there? You what brings you into that state is when you get angry with your brother without any reason. So you're going to be in the danger of the judgment, and that judgment is the judgment of a man. Why? Now I call it legal criticism because you have given them every ground to criticize you. You are at fault. That's why I called it legal criticism. Because it's obvious that you are doing what you're not supposed to do. It's obvious that you reacted in a way you should not react. It's just like somebody that, because he was angry, he just slapped the face of his, or somebody close, or maybe it's somebody very close. Now because of that thing, of course he was guilty, and because he did that out of anger, there can be people may now begin to criticize him, and that will be legally because he actually did it. There are some criticisms that people do, they are not even sure of it, maybe because they just perceive or they just assume. That one is not a legal criticism. But what you do wrong that has now become an entrance or a permission for others to speak negative things to you. Are you there? That's what the Bible is talking about here. That you should not get angry with your brother without any reason, so that you will not be in the danger of the judgment of men. Men will judge you. Are you there? And they will do it legally because you are really at fault. Are you there? That's why we have to pray for our leaders, pray for especially our Christian leaders, our pastors, those who have been a blessing to us. Let us pray for them. Are we together? Let us pray for them. It's very, very important. Are we there? It's very, very important. Because if a pastor falls into something, and then people are now speculating, and it now comes out openly to say, well, I'm sorry, it actually happened, I'm sorry, but I am. So when you do something wrong and people criticize you, are you there? That thing that you have done has brought you into the danger of judgment. Now, the danger of judgment now is the unrest, the troubles that will come to you. Are you there? The trauma you are going to face because of that thing you have done. Everybody is talking. Yes, I know this pastor is fake. Everything he's doing is just acting. I told you. And that person said, well, I told you. I said, it's a fake man of God. You did not believe. You are the one talking about him as if he's one genuine man. This is it now. So all those things that people will say, different versions of the stories that will be flying around, are you there? That is the danger of judgment. So the judgment there is the things that people will say. Are you there? How that people will misinterpret it and make it look more terrible than it was or than it is. That's the judgment. So the danger of judgment is the danger. There is the effect it will have on you. So the Bible is now saying that don't get angry with your neighbor without a cause for your own good. Because if you do, you will be in the danger of judgment. Are you getting this now? So to be in the danger of judgment, I hope it's clear to you. Because even those that are not, those that have not really done anything wrong. Me, personally, I've been accused wrongly before. And then they were making it look like I actually committed fornication. And it's never happened by the grace of God. Are you there? But that was the picture they painted. Even because of that, I was even sacked from the ministerial thing I was doing with that ministry at that time. That's to show you how serious it is. I remember, I know I have administration in a particular institution at that time, that even those fellowships, they were scared to bring me, so they had to cancel it. Why? How will they bring a minister that the news is still flying around that he committed fornication? All I did was just to post. I was doing a teaching series on relationship. There's no way you talk, you'll be teaching a relationship and you won't talk about sex. So this particular week, I was talking about sex, and then one of the elders said, "Ha, this young boy, he's not even in a relationship, and he's talking about sex like this. He must have done it." That was where my problem started from. And that thing escalated. Maybe my fault was that in that period, maybe I should have hold on my series a bit and let the air blow on it. But for me, I just felt no, this is the assignment of the Lord. Now young people, that's youthful exuberance. Sometimes we are not willing to wait to calm down. Me in the process, I still continue doing my series, so it now make it look more real to some people that okay, this brother must have me. And that point in time, although everything I was teaching was by inspiration, I was not even in a relationship at that time. But it's obvious that this young boy is actually being inspired by the Lord, because the things I was writing, although they are true, but I have not even experienced them. But that period, the emphasis for the relationship was concerning sex. Are you there? And then, so that period was so serious. Maybe if I had slowed down a bit at that time when the persecution was high, especially a young boy being persecuted by elders, and then with the way things are, you can't really conquer, you can't really overcome an elder, whether they are right or wrong. So, but for me, I did not pause the series. I was still teaching and teaching, because me, I felt, no, this is from the Lord, how will I stop? So I felt, well, it's just persecution. I should not allow persecution to stop me. So that made it more real, and then escalated and escalated. Are you there? Now, that is wrong accusation. Now, not to talk of what the Bible is not talking about in this place. If you get angry with your neighbor without a cause, without any reason, you will be in the danger of the judgment. And that judgment is the judgment of men. Just like I was saying, as revealed in Matthew 7:1. So that judgment in Matthew 7:1 is the judgment the Bible is referring to in chapter 5. So don't get angry with your brother without a cause. And when you say brother there is being used to is being used for both the male and the female. Are you there? So the judgment is the judgment of a man. Are you there? So the judgment there is what men will say. The danger there is the effect it will have on you. Are you there? So it is one thing to be criticized for something that you did not do. It is one thing for people to accuse you wrongly. You slept with that brother. You slept with that sister. Are you there? That is one thing. It's another thing for you to be accused for what you did. So this place now, Jesus is emphasizing on doing something wrong that now gave a platform for others to talk down on you. Are we together? To talk down on you. Jesus is saying, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. So the anger there is more than the normal anger that you can see on the face. Rage is more than rage. Anger there, are you there? If you really want to press deep into the meaning and sip the juice in that verse, anger there is what you do in disobedience. So it can be the rage that can be seen on the face, It can be a misbehavior, going against the clear instructions of God. Because if you do that, you'll be in the danger of the judgment of men. Men will judge you. They will talk down on you. We told you, he's a fake man of God. People are the ones sharing his flyer, sharing his shot. That's it now. That's it now. Meanwhile, that man just made one mistake like that. And he even came openly to say, okay, I'm sorry I did it. Are you not supposed to appreciate that sincerity? No, they will nail him to the cross. They will bite him. They will bite him. There is this wonderful music minister. I don't want to, of course, I don't mention people's name. But if you can decide, you know what I'm talking about. There's this wonderful music minister. He's a male. So he traveled abroad to minister. And then somehow, he did not go with his wife. Somehow, there's this lady, I've forgotten the name of the lady. And then they had something in common. So the lady is not really a very decent person, something like that. Because from her reaction, you know that this one is not a decent person. So it had something to do with this lady. They had sex. Somehow, how it happened, we don't know. So maybe that act was kept quiet. Are you there? So and maybe probably must have felt guilty, and then maybe he prayed about it that God should forgive him. I don't know. Maybe he did not tell his wife or something. So after some time, this lady, because of the kind of person she was, she now came to the open and said, this thing happened in this our country. Are you there? It happened here in this country. Are you there? And then he now came because this man of God I'm talking about now, he had died. He died, I think, in less than a year now. I think it's less than a year. He died some weeks ago. I see some people doing remembrance for him. Are you there? Just remembering his legacy and things like that. Now, this sister now came out publicly online and said, this is your mighty music minister. Slept with me. Tell him to come and say that what I said is not true. Go and ask him. And then you know the way people would do. You know how people will react. They went to him, blah, blah, blah. Is this true? Then the music minister now came up openly and said, I'm sorry. I apologize to the body of Christ. It happened, but was not intentional. Guess what the lady said? They said, because me, I'm pregnant and I'm not ready to abort it. Can you see that? I think it's slightly more than a year, but not up to 2 years. I can't really remember the duration. He said, me, I'm pregnant. Me, I'm pregnant, but I cannot abort it. Okay. Now, till now, the lady that said she's pregnant, she has not given birth. So obviously, she was just doing that to destroy the image of the man. Are we together? A lot of things now began to spread. This man that will be singing, we will be inviting him to their churches, is fake. A lot of things. Are you there? That is what the Bible is talking about in this place. If you choose to act in disobedience, you will be in the danger of the judgment, which is the judgment of men. Men will judge you. The danger there is you will not be at peace. You will experience unrest. The danger of men is the insult of men. It's better not to even be guilty. Are you there? The only set of people, for me, if somebody comes like that and see, one thing is, there's one attitude I appreciate. And I know it's not me, it's Christ in me. It doesn't matter what you have done. Are we together? I've heard there are several things that people have told me things in this life, and I know I'll still hear more. What have you, some of you, when people want to speak to me and they say, sir, what I want to say is terrible, I just laugh. In my mind, I'm thinking, what do you want to say now that I've probably not heard? Somebody have told me how that she put her mouth in another person's private part, and maybe I don't know what she's doing with it. I've heard, as crazy as that is, I've heard it. I've heard it. Somebody that opened up herself and allow another person to be touching her private part. I've heard it. So what do you want to say? I've heard those, as dirty as those things is, I've heard it. Are you there? But based on the workings of God in me, it doesn't matter how dirty what you have done is, how terrible it is. Once you are bold enough to open up sincerely, are you there? You no longer deserve a condemnation. But unfortunately, the people of this world, they don't know. They don't know. So when you come up and you open up sincerely, I did this thing, that's when they now begin to bite you. They will now begin to cut you. They will now begin to bury you, frustrate you. I want to believe that it was depression was one of the things that killed that mighty minister of God. Depression must be one of the major causes. People now began to, discriminate. Those that used to revere him before, they are now shunning him. Meanwhile, they themselves, what they are even doing in the secret is more worse. That is what you see. If I by the Spirit, I'm taking my time to dig into this, so you will understand. You see, some of the things that Jesus said, those little statements that looks very cheap, if we press into it, you will know it's mighty. It's mighty. If we press into it, you know it's mighty. This is what Jesus is warning you against. That if you get angry with your neighbor without any cause, without any reason, you will be in the danger of the judgment. That judgment is not even first the judgment of God. It's the judgment of men. The things that men will say to you, the insult that they will put on you because they feel you are worthy of it. Are you getting what I'm saying? So the anger there is beyond, of course, is part of it, but it's more than just the rage, raging, and then your face is, squeezed. That one is part of it. You get angry, and then you are destroying things, scattering things. And then they tell you why. Saying, because of this, somebody did it, you are scattering things. Every misbehavior you engage in brings you into the danger, brings you closer to the danger of the judgment. The danger of the judgment. You better stay away from it and be careful. And be careful. So if you get angry, I told you that anger there is misbehavior. Is summarized in disobedience. So it may not necessarily be the raging of a man. It can be other forms of disobedience to God, which can, are you there? That anger, there's anything you do that can make the world feel that they have right to condemn you or to speak down on you. That's the thing. And Jesus is saying, stay away from it. Stay away from it. Stay away from it. Some of you are doing some things now. They are because you can hide it. You are still doing it. Better stay away from that thing. Soon you'll be in the danger of the judgment now. The day somebody will catch you there, and then they will now, because you are a child of God, you cannot lie. You know, okay, tell me that you did not do it. Tell us I did not do it. You know, say, well, I'm sorry. You will know that day. That's when you will know the weight of this statement that Jesus made that is looking simple. That day you will know the weight. You better desist from those things. Those misbehaviors. Better stay away from it. So that you will not be in the danger of the judgment, which is the judgment of men.